Hello, for this video, I'm going to talk about an issue with electrical appliances that many people might overlook, and that issue is with the power cord. The power cord I'm going to talk about in relation to electrical appliances here is for this Fanner regular standing fan. Most households probably already have one. I want everyone watching this video to pay a little attention to this point. It's about the power cord. The power cords of fans, for the most part, are usually not very thick, and in this case I've actually been using it for a long time. I've already replaced this plug head once before because the old one was broken. It was damaged. Simply put, the lifespan of this fan is probably no less than 10 years, or maybe even longer than that. Actually, I'm the main person who uses this fan, but one thing I want everyone to pay attention to is the area around the power cord at the back here. Right here, you see? This spot right here. This area right here. Actually, nowadays, I believe that many brands have probably already made changes regarding this, because I've noticed that sometimes they make the opening for the power cord here wider, and it's not designed with an edge like this, which if you ask whether it's sharp, it's not exactly sharp. But if it presses down on the power cord, sometimes when we place it on the floor, let's say we put it on the floor like this, suppose my hand is the floor, sometimes the power cord gets pressed down, it gets pressed down like this, and sometimes we don't even notice it when we move the fan, and that will cause the power cord in this area right here where it's being pressed to gradually, well, it doesn't break right away, but it will slowly start to deteriorate. Let me lift it up and show you up close. Right here, the area I'm pointing to, you'll notice that it's a bit flat and looks a little worn out. This spot right here, if the copper wire becomes exposed, that's dangerous. This is the power cord that plugs into the outlet. This is where the electricity goes in to power the fan. So right here, we'll need to do something about it to make it safer to use. Also, part of the reason is that this fan is already quite old. I'm probably not going to go as far as modifying this area to make it look nice or anything like that. I'll just make it functional in a simple way. And I believe that every household should be able to do this too. So try to take a look and see if the fan at your house has been pressed down like this or not. I'm going to fix it in a really simple way, which is by using a drill to make a hole. Just drill a hole about here, then use a cable tie and tie it up. Tie it around this area to keep it in position like this. Once it's locked in place like this, when you move it, there's no chance for this part to get pressed down anymore. But you also need to be careful with other parts, be careful with the other parts of the wire. This is just a simple way to do it, but if you want to make it look nicer, you can do that too. That would mean you have to open the back cover, then remove the wire, drill a hole, and thread it through again, something like that. That's another way to do it. The result might look neater, but I think I'll just go with the simple home style method first, because this fan is already old. I probably won't be making too many modifications to it. Alright, let's give it a try. Now we're gonna draw a hole right around here. Then we will carefully use a durable cable tie to securely fasten it. Make sure to tie it firmly so that the wire remains perfectly in its designated place, just like this. Okay, that looks good. Here you go. Drill a hole here, and then we'll use a cable tie. Now, before we tie the cable tie to let the wire hang freely, I recommend that if you have something like this spiral wrap here, you should wrap this spiral around the wire in this area a bit, because it will act as insulation and also make the wire stronger. And when you fasten it, you don't need to make it too tight. Just secure it so that the wire stays in place and is suspended. Now for this part, I'm going to use the black spiral wrap here. Wrap the wire with it a little bit. If you don't have this kind of spiral wrap, you can use electrical tape instead. Wrap it so that it acts like insulation. Once it's insulated, it will be safer. This wire here, because it's been rubbing against the fan area, has probably been like this for 10 years. Because this is my own machine, I know its condition. I also know how long it's been used, and I always use it carefully. Whenever I have to lift it, whenever I have to move or adjust the fan, I'm always careful not to let this edge here get pressed down. But no matter how careful I am, there's always going to be some contact. Even if it's just a little bit, it still happens sometimes. Alright, I've already put the grub screw in. Now I'm going to use a cable tie to loop it through like this. This is just a guideline, so it might not look very neat or anything, but the main point is that it's safer to use it this way than to just let it keep getting pressed down over and over. Some of you might want to modify it into something else. That's totally fine. If you want to make it look nicer than this, you can definitely do that. But for this, I just want to use the method that's the most convenient, simple, and quick. Another thing is, in the future, if this wire needs to be replaced, it's not hard to take it apart. You can just cut it off or remove it, things like that. It's not difficult at all. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use a cable tie, just about like this. You'll notice that I don't tighten the cable tie too much. Just tie it so that the cable is suspended. That way, it won't get pressed against this edge here. That's about it. So as you can see, it'll look something like this. It might not look all that pretty, but at least when we use it, the safety is definitely improved. Alright, let's try setting it up and see what exactly happens next. Here, you might want to trim off the end of the cable tie or whatever works for you. But with this particular setup, of course, when you carefully move or gently adjust it, the cable most definitely won't get pinched at all. Alright, I just really wanted to share this helpful tip with you. Please take a good look around your entire house, especially at your ceiling fans, and see if you happen to have a very similar situation. If you do, please take the time to check it out thoroughly and try fixing it yourself. Okay? I will see you in the very next video. Goodbye for now.